Welcome back to State of Decay 2. I guess I'm saying that to myself, because I have not streamed State of Decay 2, unless you count, the official Undead Lab stream. I haven't streamed my own game of State of Decay 2 in ages. A huge part of that is because I got my last Legacy on Dread, and I kind of felt like I needed to sort of do a victory lap or something for a bit and just, put it to rest, because I know my next job is going to be trying to Legacy on Nightmare, and I'm probably going to fail. This is probably the start of a new series that ends after 7 episodes with me in the mouth of a juggernaut. So, get used to that idea. That's probably where it's going to go. I also knew that Update 25 was coming and that it was going to be a major shakeup to the way that the game works. And so I kind of wanted to wait to start a new series until I had that to play with. So now I do, and now I'm kind of out of excuses. I sort of need to stream my own game again. Gior is pointing out that I should probably use the Independence Pack today because it is the 4th of July. Now, when this video comes out on YouTube, 4th of July will be well behind us, but maybe I will. Maybe that's worthwhile. Certainly, I wouldn't mind the leg up early on, though I'm trying to remember now. Do we charge influence for that stuff? We probably do. I don't know if I'll be able to afford any Independence Pack stuff. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, so I've got the community that I often stream on the official Undead Lab stream, but I need to start a brand new one from scratch. Skip tutorial. Because I don't want to go to Providence Ridge. I'm going to go to Meager Valley, and here's why I want to go to Meager Valley. Because we just added the outpost upgrade, which includes landmark outposts. And the main time when the landmark outpost in Meager Valley is valuable is before you've got any boons, specifically before you've got the Builder boon. Since I'm starting over on Nightmare for the first time, and I don't have any of those boons, this is the time for me to enjoy the Meager Valley Landmark Outpost, because it's a power outpost, and you just don't need those after you get the Builder boon, because it is the best boon. So we're going to Meager Valley. It also happens to be my favorite map. We're going to go Nightmare across the board. And we got to load up the level before we do the next step. So here we go. All right, so let's not fill it out with random survivors. Let's grab some people who have some experience, but I'm not going to grab any that I am committed to. For instance, Heather Tong has my wife's name and was, I think, she might be the leader of my first community that legacied after State of Decay 2 came out. So she's important to me. She matters. I'm not going to include her in this community that is probably going to die. Nancy, she's a beekeeper. She's way too cool. Cowpuncher. I am not risking Cowpuncher. Whitney. Do I remember Whitney? She's got Scrum certification. She's a video game producer. I don't know if I've got a strong memory of her. Chris Goldberg? She's a mechanic. That would really help out with the whole easy damage to cars situation. Let's remember Chris. In fact, I don't have a lot of strong memories of Chris, and so maybe we'll keep Chris. But let's see who else we get. So again, not Heather, Nancy, Cowpuncher, Whitney. Brian. Do I remember Brian? He's a programmer that's really useful for getting a lot of outposts early on in the game. I think, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I remember him super strongly either. And he's a gunslinger, because she's got weapon handling. Weapons take more damage in Nightmare, I believe. And so weapon handling will be good. Gunslinging is really good for if I get to a tight spot and need to headshot a bunch of zombies. Zombie Killer is accusing me in advance of using the dev cheat menu to make it easier. I don't have the dev cheat menu. I'm playing on a regular old retail Xbox, no mods, anything like that. Now, I have an Xbox dev kit here where I could cheat, and I could even play an in-progress version of the game you've never seen before. But I think my NDA prevents me from doing that. Okay, let's go the other direction. Andrea, I feel like I remember Andrea. Why do I remember her? I don't know. She doesn't have the most valuable skills. Becky, the Bunny Lord, is not coming on this trip. Jay Donnelly. What am I looking for? So I've got a mechanic. I should probably grab a doctor if I've got a doctor. Nutrition and agriculture. Yeah, agriculture wouldn't be bad either, but Viva. I feel like I remember Viva. Don't need another programmer. Actually, let's see here. Essie. Essie versus Brian. She's a rifle collector. He had LAN parties. Her health is way lower than his, because he's got endurance and she's got swordplay. I probably need his higher health. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Herbert Theus. He can sew. Oh, that could actually be pretty valuable. And he's clearly not a very well-developed character, I think. Okay, so we got a couple sanctuaries and a free people. Yeah, I think maybe this is my set. One thing we don't tell you, unfortunately, is the type of leader each of these characters is. Because I do want to go for the Builder Boon, first and foremost, so that I have it for future runs. But yeah, I think this is a good set. Let's start this community. Yes. I usually turn the volume on the voices way down so that I can talk. Because, man, our characters will not shut up. So, my audio balance is off so I can just talk over them whenever I want to. Let's, you know what? Let's skip our silly opening cutscene and get started. So Gior says, yay, I'm proud of you, Jeffrey. Your journey to a nightmare-level player was long and fraught with dangers and bunny lords, but the worst is yet to come. So that's the problem. I cannot actually promise you that I have become a nightmare-level player. I am probably still a dread-level player who happens to be playing a game in Nightmare. Those are two different things. A nightmare-level player and a dread-level player playing in Nightmare. Those are not the same. So what you're about to watch is probably a lot of failure. Lately, for one thing, I have not been playing the game on my live version at home. I've been playing the game with all the cheats turned on to test out my work at the office. So I'm really used to having just sort of infinite health and stamina. I'm really used to just not caring if characters die because I'm just generating a new community each time I play the game in the editor. So, I'm probably going to be reckless, stupid, make a lot of dumb mistakes, and get my people killed. Luckily, zombies are not good at observing humans, so as long as I don't actively get into trouble here at the beginning, maybe I'll be okay? Gior says the journey is most dangerous at the beginning and at the end. Now, I am perfectly capable of losing this game at any time. My last attempt at a Nightmare community ended in despair. Like, I was just in such a bad shape, I just walked my characters into zombies. Hey there, Light Scorpion. And J-Master. Lots of cool people here. Twisted Logic. Okay, let's look around here. Oh, hello. Anybody? Oh, hello. Ah, get off me. Alright, so my NPCs here have decided that it's safe enough to start firing their guns. I wonder if they're correct. Alright. This place is clear. Time to claim a base. So Scott Landon says he's only just started the new update and isn't sure how he feels about it yet. So you can't see the resources behind me, but I have very few. And unbeknownst to me, officially, I am surrounded by plague territory. Now, because I'm playing a Nightmare, you can't see it at the beginning. I have to scout it out first. But yeah, one of the first things they want me to do is run up to a survey point and get the lay of the land. Well, I am perfectly happy to do that. Let's see if there's anything I can start at the base, though, first. Like fixing up these beds. That's all I'm going to do is fix up those beds, I guess. Yeah, I need some materials to build anything else. So... So yeah, so I turned down the characters' voices a ton for when we're doing the official Undead Labs stream, but that actually is kind of sounding a little weird on this stream, so why don't I turn them back up again? Occasionally they're going to interrupt me and it's going to be annoying, but it'll be a little less disconcerting than their voices just disappearing into the wind. Zombie killer, so suspicious. Zombie. Oh. So yeah, Zombie Killer is saying that the reason I put my head in the upper left corner was because I was trying to block the resources so that I couldn't show you all that I've got like 999 of everything, which is silly. I blocked the HUD with my face because we didn't plan very well, and we didn't put a single corner on the screen that you can put your face without blocking something important. That was a bad move, and it makes our game less stream friendly. So no matter where I put my head, it was potentially a problem. Okay, so it looks like all these places are claimed by an...
Looks like it could be made into a nice outpost.
Oh, really? Really? The coffee shop? That's what you think?
Everything's running smoothly here.
All right. Wait, why did it send me to this billboard? Oh, I just realized, I think I just tested out a new setting that we have. So if you don't know, we've got a new accessibility setting, which is aim toggle. I accidentally had it turn on because I was testing it out on the official Undead Labs stream. I'm missing like one question. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Nothing more to see here.
Anyway, they've, for some reason, the mission system sent me to this billboard instead of to the nearby cell phone tower, which would have been way more useful. But I did find a place that might have materials, so we'll head that direction. Ranith Cord says, I heard some people asking for crouch toggle. Am I getting that soon? Well, I'm not sure what you mean. We've got crouch toggle. Our crouch has always been a toggle. Do you mean that there's some people who want it to be hold to crouch?
Gotta catch my breath.
Hello. So Gior asks if there are any buttons left for us to add the ability to expand the mini map on the HUD. So no, there's no buttons left to do anything in our game. Every time we want to add something, we've got a couple ideas for features we'd love to add, and none of them have any room on the controller for them, which makes me very sad. Okay, so this place is owned by a Plague Heart, so I can't claim it, but I can search it. Now, one thing people on... Oh, right! I forgot! So, this is a legacy character who I intentionally packed up with a bunch of stuff when he left his community, and I totally forgot to empty his pockets into the supply locker. I'm gonna have to do that pretty soon. Hopefully I'll just find a rucksack here and I can just head straight home. There we go.
What's next?
Okay, you sound a little too enthusiastic about my bag of wood. But yeah, so I think that in that particular case, in the case of expanding the mini map, I could see us, for instance, doing a setting. Like if you just wanted the minimap to be huge and dominant in the lower left screen, I could see us adding that as a setting, not as a consistent button mapping that's just live all the time. But even then, we would have to also just like do a major. I mean, that's a major piece of HUD to revise, and so. Because there's a bunch of other stuff connected to it too, right? You get your health bar, your stamina bar, all these little bits that all move and animate. It would be rough to try to make that kind of change, and so it would have to be just really worth it. I'm not saying we can't make that scale of change. I mean, Plague Territory was a huge scale change. 2 influence for killing a Blood Screamer. Cool. So yeah, we do make huge changes sometimes, but they really have to feel like they're worth all of the effort, and that might be a small enough, niche-y enough thing that we're probably not going to devote the resources to it. But yeah, I can definitely, I mean, see the value of what you're talking about. I can see why you'd want something like that. There are other games that do it and they do it well. I think that's probably not going to be our game, so sorry. All right, so let's drop off these materials. Let's get something building at the base.
It's time to get building. Either a workshop or an infirmary would be a good place to start.
All right, sure. Let's build. Let's go with an infirmary.
Glad we've already got a start on building this base up into something real.
Yeah, we'll start with an infirmary because I think I'm just going to expect us all to die immediately if we don't.
Don't worry. I'll be there to help you soon.
You're a lifesaver.
No, you're a lifesaver. Okay, I got some board games apparently. This stuff all seems potentially useful. I'm not expecting to get into any huge fights, so maybe I'll leave the stamina behind. Maybe I'll regret that. I don't know. So I did show up with a few facility mods, but I think, yeah, and I'm about to get the labor to support them. Oh, wait, do I have to upgrade my command center first before I can install mods in it? I think that might be the case. All right, yeah, and because this is Nightmare, everything costs 1 million materials, so I'm gonna have to go out and get more materials. So so I could keep searching in the same building. Folks did tell me that that building tends to have sometimes more than just the one dose of materials in it. Here's some people that want me to get some, I assume, some plague samples. So I could work my way over there. Yeah, let's work my way over there by way of scavenging just a little longer in the same building. And I'll head down the street, talk to them, and then see if I'm interested in giving them some plague samples. Plague samples are dear enough in Nightmare that, yeah. The Zombie Killer 123 thinks that we should add another freak to the game that's like the speed of a feral and the power of a juggernaut. Not this iteration. I think those two. It's actually the fact that you have to think differently about fighting each of those zombies is actually one of the values of the game. I think making one that just had all of everything's powers would probably just be overwhelming and maybe even annoying and not as interesting. I have had ideas before for new kinds of freaks to add to the game. Oh, let's head over here. I think there's usually some good stuff over here. I had this one idea a long time ago. I don't think this one's ever getting into the game, but I wanted to do a freak that had like this was gonna be like a variant of a feral that had like EMP powers. So it would like sneak up on you at night, and then it would turn your flashlight off. Like it would do some kind of howl, and your flashlight would suddenly flicker and die, and then it would charge you. We never did that, but I think that could have been fun. One thing I should look for is a car. Let's realize that as soon as I put a rucksack on my back, I'm kind of in trouble. Oh wait, is that a car right here? No fuel, obviously, but it's an ambulance. That's kind of neat. There's fuel there, probably. Maybe. So, okay. Before I search anymore and just frustrate myself with things that I can't pick up, let's head towards the fuel area. Pick up some gas. Why am I sneaking up at this zombie's face? Die. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why I'm killing this zombie. It doesn't feel very necessary. Oh, it heard me? Yeah, so someone in the chat suggested a run toggle or movement toggle, where basically you just set yourself to start moving and then open up the menus and your character keeps walking. And I can definitely see the value of that in an MMO, where I think there's a little bit more predictability about where the aggressive monsters are.
The air tastes like blood. Fucking plague zombies.
But in our game, the whole point is that at any moment something could attack you. And so I think encouraging players to not be alert while they're traveling might be not in their best interests. The zombie killer wonders why we don't make a battery management mechanic for our flashlights. And partly, I think it's just because flashlights actually do last for a fairly long time. And we've played so many games where your flashlight runs out of batteries in like 30 seconds. And, you know, we've got enough of that already in this game. Having one more thing where you're just constantly running out of something that you have to replenish, and especially, you know, on a time scale that's much tighter than real life, just felt like it was going to be a problem. So yeah, we just don't make you think about batteries, just like we don't make you think about your characters going to the bathroom. It's just something that they maintain off screen. And we sort of limit the range of... We limit the range of things you have to worry about. Okay, so actually in here is not the main place I want to search. Whoa, whoa, wait, what was that? What was that noise? Oh, hi, I didn't see you before. What, another one? Sheesh, there's a bunch of you. Okay, well, she's doing the hokey pokey. Okay, what the heck? What the heck? Why are you all... What did you all... How'd you get here? So wait, this is Nightmare. Don't do that in Nightmare. So that moment right there where that zombie came out of left field, that was to punish me for when I told, let's see here. For when I told people that I thought that we didn't need to have dodging while aiming when we were implementing sidearms. It's like, oh, we don't need dodging while aiming. Who dodges while they aim? Dodging is for melee combat, not ranged combat. I was completely wrong, and I'm glad that we changed it in time for the update. Okay, so I managed to fire my gun a few times and not actually bring the entire neighborhood down on me, so that's good.
That's not much. That's pretty heavy.
It's something. Okay, we have got a bloater creeping on me. Yeah. You know what? We're just avoiding this guy. So the wambulance is over here. So we're going to gas up the wambulance and hopefully get around in a little bit more style. Twisted Logic, I actually did... Oh man, this thing's in bad shape. I need a toolkit as well. I actually did experimentally make some changes to the distribution of the of the personal arcs. Like, I don't think... I'm pretty sure it should have come out in this past update. Oh, hey, a bunch of stuff in there. Cool. Oh, I can equip a sidearm. Haha, cool. Anyway, I did actually make some changes. I'm planning on, once people have been playing for a little while, checking some telemetry and seeing if the changes that I made took a couple of the less common personal missions and made them more common. That was my goal. And so if it worked, if the things I tried worked and people actually seeing them more often, then I'll probably do some more. But yeah, the thing is, like, it's hard to be sure exactly why a mission doesn't spawn all the time, and so I got to do some experimentation to figure it out. So you'll notice I have not seen a single plague sample, and so I don't think... I've killed so many plague zombies already. I don't think I'm going to commit to these guys that I'm going to find them some plague samples. I'll talk to them. But no promises. Sorry.
I gotta say no. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can be my friends later. Alright, so I guess it's fairly safe to scavenge in here. Might as well.
I can actually use this.
If I attract some zombies, these guys will just help. I'm just going to come here and make a bunch of noise.
Sure thing. Yeah, come on in. We got plenty of room.
Hey, that guy's got my voice. Nice. Have fun, everybody. Hey, I invited some friends over. Is that cool? All right. So there's one container I haven't searched here. There's a bunch of stuff I haven't searched here. So let's wrap that one up and then go to the next one and we'll head home. Surreal asks, what is an example of the rare personal arcs? There's one called Amends that almost never comes up. And I've actually forgotten what's in it. It's so rare. Definitely, so Preparant and Drug Stashes, I think, are both really popular. There's one called... there's one about your son having given you a mace at a Renaissance fair that that I worked on, that I think we very rarely see. I think there's one about... was it finding a first edition of a comic book that doesn't show up as often? Doesn't show as often as other ones. Because it requires a library. That one... Wait, no, it wasn't the library. No, it was a record player one that required the library, wasn't it? Oh, now I don't even remember. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually done the research, and so I've forgotten a bunch of stuff that I used to know. But yeah, there's a fair number of them that that we made, but that show up like a tenth as often as Preparant. Preparant shows up all the time, and there's a bunch of others that show up literally a tenth as often, and or even less. So we got to do something about that. They're just orders of magnitude different from each other. The thing is, like, I feel like our personal missions are not necessarily the kinds of personal missions that work best in a game like this. Like, a lot of them are about revealing sort of the quirky, original, unique backstory of a specific character. And in a game like this where you're plowing through a lot of different characters and you're just seeing new randomly generated people again and again, those missions, when they... Oh, thank you. Those missions, when they repeat themselves, undermine the veracity of the characters. Okay, this is a big disappointment. Did not find as much stuff as I expected to find. Let's see if I can carry one more thing out. But yeah, it's like they sort of undermine themselves by being so quirky and sort of specific to the character. So I think, if we were to, for instance, at some point, and we're not doing this right now, but if we were to at some point expand the range of personal missions, I think we would probably target a different kind of personal missions that are more about what you encounter out in the apocalyptic world, not necessarily who you were before the apocalypse. Because those are the kinds of adventures that, the same, different people could have the same kind of adventure and, have really similar experiences without it feeling contrived, That guy lost track of me, apparently. So, the Cookie Master Owo asks, are you guys thinking about making a harder difficulty? Not exactly. We are thinking of ways... We've talked about this in the stream before. We are thinking about ways that we can make the game, let players opt in to making the game more challenging when they wish to. In certain ways. We haven't really talked about any of these plans specifically, just hinting that there are ideas in the works that would probably satisfy some of the players who are asking for harder difficulties. So, in one sense, yes, we might do things in the future that increase the difficulty, but it won't be. I don't think it'll be as simple as there is now a 6th difficulty level, because I think that we've pushed the current difficulty system about as far as we can. The more difficulty levels we add, the more just, I don't know, kind of ridiculous it starts to feel. It's like 5 difficulties is a lot of difficulties. Chasing the same... Actually, I should keep looking in this place. Chasing that same sort of, player who, no matter how hard we make it, they always want the game to be harder. Chasing that kind of player is what led us to move Breakdown from having 11 levels to having 99 levels, which is too many levels. And part of it is just, people get a sense that when they haven't played all of the levels of something, when they haven't explored all of something, that the game is incomplete for them. And Breakdown is that way. It's like it was hard for a normal person to feel satisfied by Breakdown because there were 99 levels of Breakdown, and so there's no reasonable way that your typical player was ever going to get to net level 99, and so it made the game feel like. I mean, in one sense, I guess the game felt like it was very long. There's a lot of content or whatever. There's a lot to enjoy. It made it feel like a. I guess like a good, efficient investment of money, but it can be unsatisfying for players who were never going to be able to get past, level 5 or whatever. And so continuing to add harder and harder difficulties on the end, I think would create that same kind of effect for players who already are like, I feel uncomfortable in Nightmare Zone.
2 seconds in plague territory and I'm already sweating.
So I'm not just going to drive the car up to all these guys. But yeah, I feel uncomfortable in Nightmare Zone. I'm never going to be able to play effectively in Lethal Zone. The only reason for me to go to Lethal Zone is just to be amused at my own death. And so going even higher than Lethal Zone would add nothing for me. And so I feel like, if we add something, we should add something different. Okay, so if this bloater hears me, I'm screwed. So I'm just going to very quietly and slowly search. I think I can hear zombie footsteps around me. Oh, that is so squishy. What the heck did the audio team do with these things? So, Zombie Killer 123 says, this is unacceptable. The designer of the game must be a master on all modes. Well, so, first off, I was not actually the designer of the original game. I was a designer on the game, and only became the design director well after release, basically at the Juggernaut edition. So I don't get to take that kind of credit, and I also don't have that kind of obligation to be as good at the game as our best players. Thing is, no game developer is as good at their own game as the best players. That's just not a thing that any of us aspire to do. At some point, I gotta go after this Plague Heart. Why? Actually, why? Why do I have to? I mean, I guess if I want a legacy, eventually that is true, but... Oh, there might be fuel there. Alright. Yeah, let's go and scavenge a little closer to home. I am avoiding danger like a crazy person right now. Playing very conservatively. I don't know how long that's going to last. Dennis Okiba. Whoa, oh no. I know we've talked about the scouting skill in the past. I have forgotten the point that you were making about it before, though. What? Nope. Oh, crap. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Haha.
Kill that screamer. I can't keep this up.
Oh.
Most scavengers focus on big items. If we stock up on small companies, it will add up when we need to trade.
Okay, so this guy wants to be a trader. Nice to know. Ugh.
I just spotted a bloater.
Don't you fucking do it.
Okay. Oh, wow, yeah, that bloater. Okay. All right. Wow, this is just like freaks everywhere. I'm going to... That's so close to home. That bloater could easily be attracted to my house. I think I might have to fire up that bloater.
Fire in the hole!
I love it when they fall down. Zombie Killer, the reason we don't use a lot of suppressors when we're playing the game on the, like, official stream is because we like getting in trouble because it's entertaining for the audience. I actually do use suppressors a lot in my own games. Now, I'm right at the beginning of this Nightmare game, though, so, like, I don't think I own any suppressors unless my other characters have them in their inventory. Herb was a shotgunner, and we don't really have a lot of suppressed shotguns, so that's why Herb doesn't have a suppressor. I'm betting the other two might actually have suppressors already on their person.
No more in sight. Let's make the most of it.
So Undead Toad wants me to say hi to Central State of Decay, which is apparently a really big Brazilian State of Decay community. Well, hello, Central State of Decay. I'm sorry, because I don't speak Portuguese, I have not followed any of the stuff you've done, and I don't know if, like, I don't know. I don't know anything about you, but hello. My dad speaks fluent Portuguese, but I've never learned how to speak it. Except I can say obrigado. I can say obrigado. That's my only Portuguese word. I have enjoyed some Portuguese television though. Like oh dang it. Now I can't remember the name of it. That like post-apocalyptic show where like or dystopian show where like a certain percentage of the population gets welcomed into this paradise that is like offshore from this favela-like city of survivors. Oh, what was that show called? I think it was named after the percentage of people that make it. Anyway, there's some really good stuff that comes out of Brazil. I like Brazil. Okay, bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff. All right, so Herb's been doing all right, but I think it's time for somebody else to take a turn. Maybe Brian? Not particularly interested in doing that trader mission. All right, so let's see what Brian has got in his inventory. Let's head up to the supply locker. See what kind of state he's in.
We should take more people in. We could use the help.
Okay, looks like I didn't load him up the way I often do. He's got a Cleo gun? What? Why does he have a Cleo gun? What? Who is this person? You don't get a Cleo gun. Oh, he did bring a plague sample with him, though. That's useful. Oh, he looks like he's loaded for a plague heart raid, honestly. Got a 357 rifle and no 3... You know what? He's almost ready for a plague heart raid. He's not quite, because he doesn't have a gun I'm willing to take into battle. You know what? Actually, why not? Why not just blast through all of our Cleo ammo? Okay, yeah, so I think I actually am going to try to take him on a plague heart raid to round out this video. I am not going to commit to taking the plague heart down, however, because that would be crazy talk. If I take it down successfully, great, but I am not going to stay until it's down, come hell or high water. Oh, actually, one more thing I should grab is some snacks. Yeah, we're good. So Dunedane says that he just survived, just didn't survive his first lethal run. Got one heart down and then community wiped. I think that's better than me. I don't think I even got a heart down before my community wiped when I tried to play the game in lethal. So congratulations. I consider that a high accomplishment. All right. When I said the phrase "come hell or high water," Raneth Cord jokingly said, well, at least you don't have to worry about high water in State of Decay 2. That is true. There's no high water in our game. At one point, we actually toyed with the idea of setting the game like on an island and having, high water be the boundary. But that was just one of many, idle fancies. Didn't turn into anything. Okay, so, this is where they are. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna have this car ready to go. Okay, it's already playing the music. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to do some damage and get out with my skin.
Man, this place fucking reeks.
Oh, gosh. No, get off me. Oh, I hate when they bite. I hate when they bite so much. Ah.
Like that motherfucker?
This is oh my gosh, I already have blood plague. What the heck? No, don't kick the... What are you doing?
Getting low on that.
Okay, well, I've got 10 minutes. I forgot how fast the zombies give you blood plague in this.
This thing's getting fucked up. That play card is fucking dead.
Oh,
Secure
gosh.
this area, I guess.
Okay, so now I do have some plague hearts, some plague samples. That's good. But I'm gonna need to use them immediately. So let's get back home within the next 8 minutes and make ourselves some cure. Look at all these freaking... Okay. Oh, wait. Another plague sample. Sorry, I have to go out and get every plague sample that I see.
Real sick.
I know you're sick. I know you're sick. Stealthy Assassin points out that if this had been lethal, I would have already been dead of Blood Plague at the rate I was accumulating it. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, man, I've just got to completely set my expectations differently. Like, in the Dread Zone, I would have been fine. I would not have gotten Blood Plague from that. And I've just gotten really used to the amount of damage you can just decide to absorb in the middle of a fight. But, yeah, it's a lot less in Nightmare Zone against Plague Zombies. A lot less. So... let's send all this stuff in. And let's see if we... I'm pretty sure that we should be able to afford curing this dude. Let's just head straight to the infirmary. Cure. Yes. Oh, look at that fast animation. That was great. All right. Well, this guy's had enough. But, yeah, because I was sick, I didn't even really get to sort of celebrate the fact that we've wiped out our first bit of Plague territory. So, yeah. Me versus Plague territory. So far, 1-0. However, I am completely surrounded by freaks, which isn't going to make me happy. So look, we should put this to use, though. Let's figure out where we want to grab an outpost. Like, for instance, Peddler's Barbecue. I could use, because people eat so much right here. They're going to eat all of my food in the next day. So I need to start limiting that pretty hard. So yeah, so let's send her out. Actually, let's go see what she's got in her inventory. I'm just blasting through my characters here. Okay, yeah, so she's got a suppressed vector. And got a few bonus dealies there. Magnum ammo press. Ooh, neat. Okay. Sure. I'll take a Magnum ammo press. Got some labor. I'm thinking this will be particularly useful. And, oh, actually, yeah, what can we do here? Can we build a garden? We need way more materials, of course. Anyway, so, yeah, Hank showed up with that 357, and normally that would just be like, oh, well, we'll never use that gun, but... Actually, let's not use the car this time, because the car's in really bad shape. Yeah, let's not use the car. Let's just walk. It's real close where we're headed. Dennis Okiba asks, when is the next State of Decay 2 stream going to be? The next official stream? We're going to do one in July. It's going to be late July, and it's probably going to be just a collab with another developer. We've, released this massive update, and we just don't have anything new to share for a little while, so we're kind of taking it easy this July. But don't worry, we are still working on some big stuff behind the scenes, and it won't be long before it's time for us to have big streams about new features again, like we always do.
Looks clear.
Okay, I can hear the zombies breathing out there. Oh, there's a whole horde out there. So how about I don't fast search?
For me, don't mind if I do.
All right, some food. That's not bad. Zombie Killer says there isn't going to be another stream because he's joking,
Not really anything special.
but he's saying that we're stopping all streams until people stop asking us about State of Decay 3. So actually, I mean, I can't answer any questions about State of Decay 3. So I mean, It does, you know, it certainly doesn't help our streams to have people only asking questions about State of Decay 3. But at the same time, I am glad people are interested. I mean,
Pretty sure I've searched everything here.
we've got lots of motivations for working on State of Decay 2. Part of it is just, you know, wanting this game to be as good as it possibly can by the time it ends up in the annals of history. Part of it is because there's still just an active audience playing this game all the time, and we want this game to be
Secure and the outpost is up.
as good for them as possible.
Said, a little more effort here could really pay off.
Oh, that was a new line that she recorded just for upgradable outposts, which I'll talk about in a second. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, but one of the reasons why we work on this game is because we really want people to be excited about State of Decay 3, and I think one of the best ways to get people excited about State of Decay 3 is to make State of Decay 2 as good as possible, and to really show how committed we are to this series of games. You know, like that we're not just sort of like firing off games to make a quick buck and then leaving them alone. You know, we want to show our audience that we're really, really committed to long-term support, and I think that's something that actually really helps. You know, when somebody is considering whether or not to buy a brand new game. You know, sometimes that's a pretty big financial investment, and they want to know that their money is going to be well spent. And so I think that a big part of what we accomplish by continuing to work on State of Decay 2 is sending a message to people that this is how we treat our games. And so when they're considering whether to buy State of Decay 3, they can know that we're gonna give it this same kind of support. Okay, so now we've got enough food to last a couple of days. That's good. We do not have enough materials yet, though, to... All right, so I'm sure there's probably... like, that's probably a shed that might have materials in it, right? I don't know this map as well as I should. I don't know any of our maps as well as our most hardcore players, but I'm going to just take a wild guess that this spot over here is going to have some materials. Oh, one thing I should point out, by the way. So I grabbed this food outpost. And so right now, it's only offering me 1.5 food, because that's what they offer in Nightmare level. But I actually, once I get enough influence, I can upgrade it to give us even more food per day, and more food per day. And I might be able to support this entire small community, at least until it starts growing, assuming it does. With, you know, I can support like 3 people eating on just this one outpost. So that outpost, that investment that I made in that outpost, you know, clearing the plague heart. Oh, what? Anyway, that investment that I made is actually a really, really powerful one, more so than it has been in previous iterations of the game. Dunedane says that I should do a Lifeline speed run to fill in a slow week. I'm terrible at speedrunning games. And also, what's slow week? There is never a slow week. Like, I can't keep up with the sheer number of fascinating indie games that come out every single week. I've got a backlog sitting here on my desktop, a bunch of icons, and that's not even counting, like, all the stuff that's coming up on Game Pass. I've got stuff on my iPad that I haven't tried out yet that I want to do on this stream. Like, I could not get on top of the backlog of games that I want to play that, that are going to just take forever to get to. So there is no such thing as a slow week.
No sign of creepers here.
Every time I think I've found a blessed slow week, some new game comes out that gets me excited. Now, Stealthy's pointing out that I apparently did have a slow week sometime in the past few months. Maybe, I don't know. I still feel like, you know, even when I don't have any like big games to play, or when I've done a really good job of getting on top of the games that I'm interested in, I still feel like there's always just something right around the corner. So you're right that occasionally there are some weeks that feel slower than others, but certainly I'm not in one right now. I guess I'll just give you at least that much. Okay, so I've just got a 1 rucksack. Again, I'm just avoiding bringing the vehicle out, partly because it's in really bad physical shape, partly because gas is really dear and doesn't last as long at this difficulty level, and Partly because it makes a lot of noise and I feel safer. But that also means that I'm running home with single rucksacks of materials. You know, which isn't extremely efficient. Hey, you shut your mouth. What else did I grab? All right, I can start working on breaking up those parts. And then let's... Should I build a garden? Yeah, let's build a garden. We'll do everything we can to get enough food. But long term...
We need to build up our supply of material.
Long-term outposts are actually going to be, I think, more lucrative for me than the garden. I just have to get enough influence. And getting influence is a lot harder in Nightmare than in other difficulties.
Hey, if you folks aren't too busy, could you maybe lend us a hand?
So, Gior, I never talked about ways to keep the bass noise down in Nightmare. But we do have some stuff in the works that might contribute well to that. That's all I'll say right now. Oh, I was running and making noise. That probably wasn't a good idea. Oh, yeah, he knows right where I am. Hey. I'll just kill you in a bush. Dennis Okiba points out that if you've got the landmark outpost at the church in Providence Ridge, that one helps with noise. That's true. Yeah, we are aware that, like, avoiding sieges at your base or lessening the impact of sieges at your base is a pretty important thing that people really care about. And so we're always looking for ways to kind of give you tools to manage that. And yeah, one of them was the landmark outpost at the church. Hey, look. Gnome. Okay, so no rucksack of materials.
Juggernaut is covered in plague.
What? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, he's right near the other shed. Can I do this?
Be careful. Freak over there.
Okay, so we're probably at the end of this video. So the question is this going to end with me getting ripped apart by a juggernaut? Or is it going to end with me successfully sneaking past a juggernaut?
This may sound crazy, but in a world without plumbing, a good latrine is a magical thing. It fights disease, promotes sharing, and makes a great social space. You'll thank me.
Wait, a latrine promotes sharing? What does that mean exactly? Lily, what are you talking about? Oh, you can feel its footsteps. Ugh. Ooh, Darth Aquarius is pointing out that fireworks might actually have been a useful thing to use in this situation if I wanted to get him away, since he hadn't seen me yet. You can't use fireworks to pull aggro away from your character at Dread and Nightmare, but you can use it to distract zombies who haven't seen you yet. And, yeah, I absolutely could have done that here, if I had any. But unfortunately, I usually don't pack them at Dread and above, because the situations where you can use them are so uncommon. He's still facing me. Stop looking at me. Hey there, Noah Merrill. Yes, we are doing pretty good. Wait, what was... Oh, what the... Freaking... Oh, he probably called a bloater. I didn't even see that guy. Yup, I see a bloater. Gonna take care of that. Nip that right in the bud. Don't want those guys wandering around. Okay, I think we've done it. So fuel wasn't really what I was looking for?
We got a horde wandering in.
Oh no.
Big
not letting any of those monsters inside. Do you hear me?
All right. Well, speaking of sieges, I don't think I can afford the ammo to have my guys take care of it by themselves. Besides, I've already come home, so I guess we're dealing with a siege. Hopefully it won't be that bad. Oh, I already see all the dots. Yes. Use all of that magical ammunition.
That's a screamer.
Oh, where? There we go. My only goal was to stop him from screaming. Okay, okay. An early game siege.
That's what matters.
Wasn't too bad. 200 influence. Pretty good. All right. So far, it feels like we might actually be surviving. So I can't promise how long that's going to last, but so far my Nightmare community is actually kind of shaping up to be working out. So we're going to put a little break in here right now, but we're going to keep playing State of Decay 2 live. So if you're watching me on Twitch live, stick with me. We're going to keep going. For the rest of you, though, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll put a little button right there. The next video that I'm about to make is going to come in here, and I think I need to adjust my camera. It's kind of pointing weirdly at me.